glad to be joined by Coach Reed with Jackson State. Coach, if you could please start us out with an opening statement about the game.
Well, we knew Southern was going to come out and play tough. We knew that they were going to play scrappy, and we knew that they were going to get after it and attack the rim, and that's exactly what they did. They had some players that showed up that hadn't really been scoring for them, and we had to make sure we didn't allow role players to just kind of take over the game. So, we just had to sit down and change some things defensively and work the ball a little bit more to get it inside to our bigs so we can get some points on the board. But overall, Southern is a great team. They played extremely hard, but I'm just really thankful that our players are able to pull out with the victory.
Appreciate that, Coach. We'll open it up for questions. Charles?
Coach, obviously we're going to look at Amisha Williams' stat line, but talk a little bit about the play of Miracle Sims and what she was able to do early in the game, kind of stabilizing the offense and getting those dirty bags.
Absolutely. LaMiracle is just a really composed player. She's very experienced. She's won several championships at different levels. So she brings that experience to the floor. And when LaMiracle comes into the game, we know that we're going to have a heady player that's just going to make the right play. She's not going to overdo anything. LaMiracle is one of those players that's in the right spot at the right time, and that's what we really appreciate about her. She's a beast on the boards. Early in the game, she missed a couple of blockouts, but we put a challenge on the floor for her, and she met those challenges. She took it to heart that she wanted to block out and grab more rebounds, and so I was really proud of her for doing that. I looked over LaMiracle during the game and was going to play a freshman, and she looked at me and she jumped up and went to the scores table before I could put the freshman in. She said, "No, I got you, Coach." And so I'm just really thankful for her. We call her one of our impact players for today because she brought something to the floor that we needed.
Coach, when it comes to motivational speeches that you've given Amisha over the season, where did tonight's at halftime rank?
I just challenged Amisha. I talked to Amisha about her next level, and about the things that she want to do and how. I said, Amisha, we're on national TV. Are you going to sit down or are you going to come out and play like you're the defensive player of the year? What are you going to do? And I challenged her and I told her, if we have a chance in this game, you got to get active. You got to activate yourself is what I told her. And so I told her we're putting the ball in your hand, but you're not being tough with it. You got to play tough. You got to play through the contact. We try to run some offensive second half to keep them from laying on her so much and wearing her down. But I thought she stepped up to the challenge. Our guards got Amisha going. Our guards did a great job of penetrating, drawing that contact, and feeding Amisha. We like the fact that they stopped helping off and off our guards because our guards were knocking it down. So it gave us some one-on-one action on the inside. So I'm just thankful that Amisha was able to grab that ball and finish strong down the stretch.
What do you think about the play of Deja since she's been here at the tournament, and what are you going to need for her in the championship game?
Well, when we recruited this new team, Deja's role changed somewhat. We have several players this year who can really play, who can really score. We signed a lot of transfer players, and these transfers bring a lot of experience to the floor. And so now with Deja on the team, with this new team, her focus is defense. And we're really trying to get her to buy into the defensive end, and we're explaining to her it's going to generate her offense. Right now, she wants to be so great for us on both ends that she's struggling with it. But I'm telling you, she's going to come alive at the right time. She's going to come alive at the right time. Being the coach, knowing what she's done for this program, I'm going to go back to the drawing board on tonight, and I'm going to find ways to get her involved tomorrow.
Last question for me. For the fans and the media, we're going to get to watch two of the best post players tomorrow, Shemaya Ward and Amisha. You got to drop a game plan for it. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
We're going to go to work. We're going to go to work. We don't take it lightly, what we have before us. Obviously, the challenge is on the floor, and Amisha understands who she has to defend in Shemaya, and I know Shemaya understands who she has to defend. We got to execute and do what we do best.
This is a rematch, Coach. What are you expecting out of Alabama State tomorrow?
Alabama State is going to play aggressive. They're going to play tough. Coach Jackson does a great job in getting her players into us, and being physical. And so we have to make sure that we keep our composure and just play through that and be tough right along with them. I know the officials are going to call a good game tomorrow. Consistency is what we've been talking about this entire tournament, and so I know that they're going to give us a good game consistent on both ends. But we got to match and exceed their energy and their toughness and their physicality on tomorrow.
Any worries knowing you guys played a tough physical matchup tonight have less than 24-hour turnaround for tomorrow?
Well, that's what this time is about. I think we put them in this situation throughout the season. We played in a 3-game tournament at Mississippi State, back-to-back games, and we try to do that yearly so we can get prepared for this time of the year. And right now, both teams are going to be fatigued. You're going to see some fatigue both ways. The strong will survive, and so we're going to be preaching to our players, be the strongest on the floor and keep your composure and push through. And I think that'll help us down the stretch.
Coach, I know you talked about a few games ago how you needed close games like this to show your team or see what kind of team you had. Is it starting to get stressful for you? Because it's starting to be closer and closer and closer every day.
Starting to get stressful. It's been stressful. You're talking about somebody who's not eating, who misses a lot of sleep, who's trying to strategize. It's really tough being undefeated. And you're going to get the best effort from everybody that you play. And you have to stay on top of your P's and your Q's and make sure your program is ready and make sure you're ready and able to make those adjustments. But nevertheless, at the top is a very stressful place to be. But I'd rather be at the top stressful than at the bottom, at home. So, we'll be ready to make those adjustments and get after it.
Good. One more, just real quick. Coach, I'm not asking you to think past Alabama State, but is part of your process and thought process really wanting to show the world how good your team and SWAC basketball is when we get past the tournament and we start thinking about the NCAAs?
Obviously, I cannot overlook Alabama State, but certainly we want to have an opportunity to bring home the trophy again. And we got to put every effort on the floor to do just that. And, I have to focus on the next level when we get there. But tomorrow is very important, so we got to focus on that.
Good. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.